Welcome back to Vintage Story and my single player world. I'm now in 1.17 release candidate 5. There are still glitches with this, particularly with the fire pits. One of the things that's altered a lot is how you make dye. So I'm now going to explore the new ways in which you make dye. You now make dyes using just water and colouring, that's the base. And what you have to do is to soak the cloth in what they call a mordant to make mordanted cloth. A mordant is some sort of chemical that makes cloth take and hold dye. Right, let's have a look at all this. If we press the help button as usual, go into dye, I am going to try and make black dye. Now, first of all, this is a lot slower, and I am so incredibly grateful to whoever slowed this down. Now, if we go to grey dye, working back, it's through metal scraps and water, but here we've got grey cloth, and this is the mordanted cloth. So, looking, these are all the dyes you can do. The mordanted cloth, you mix it by plain cloth. Now you can use diluted chromite, diluted alum, or diluted cassiterite. So those are the three: chromite, cassiterite, or alum. Let's go and have a look. I have been told, having had a lot of problems moving these armour stands, that if I sneak and right click, with an empty hand, it isn't working now. I swear I tried all these combinations. Good. We want, gosh, this looks odd, doesn't it? Armour stand under the arm. But I want to move these two and pop them here in my, what is now going to be my armory. So let's put one there and one there for the time being. Excellent. That gives me more room, and the reason I need more room is I'm getting into dye making. Right, okay, 40 litres of water. I'm sure it's 1:1. Will that work? Will turn into 40 litres of purple dye. Seal, good. I would like to make some black dye, and to make black dye you have to first start with grey dye. Now the proportion of water to metal scraps, which is what you make dye with, if you look under here, dye. So we need to get to black dye, right? We need to start with grey dye, and grey dye is 8 litres of water with either a rusty gear, which I do not want to give up, or metal scraps, and it's 8:1. So obviously, oh no, in here we've got 40 litres of water, so 5, will turn into 40 litres of grey dye. And we have our purple dye. Brilliant. Now in this chest, okay, I had a whole barrel full of diluted alum, which has completely gone. Right. Okay. I've got crushed alum, which is used as a mordant. Right, let me look up under the new, this is all new, using this as a mordant dye. So if we look at, let's just start with blue dye, blue cloth. Now you need blue dye and you need mordanted cloth now. So you have to have 2 litres of diluted cassiterite. Will something else do? Diluted alum. There you go. All right, so if we look at diluted chromite, cassiterite. No, it's going a lot slower. It's so much easier. Whoever slowed this down, thank you. It was almost impossible before. Let's wait for diluted alum and look at the cassiterite alum. Come on. I can't make cassiterite at the moment, diluted cassiterite. Chromite, come on. Alum. 5 litres to 1 crushed alum. I've got 15. So it's 5 is to 1. That's 5 litres to 1 crushed alum. And so if I put in 40, it would be 8, wouldn't it? Right, let's try 40 again. Oh, right. Let's get 40 in here. I'm finding it easier because of these proportions to work with 40. All right, so we've got 40 there. Let's come in here. So that should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 6, 7, 8. 8. I had that wrong. 40 litres of diluted alum. Right, that is already diluted. I can put cloth in here. Okay. Right, let's go and find some cloth. It's all new to me. All new to me. When something changes, there's such a learning process before you're comfortable with it. So now you don't put the dye in the alum or the cassiterite. You put the cloth in, plain cloth, right. Now, I wonder how many I can get in. There's a thought. Let's look that up again because we don't want to get that wrong. So we've got 40 litres, and as I said, working with 4s is a lot easier here. Diluted alum. We want to mordant this cloth, not that one. Let's press H. So we want mordanted cloth. Here we go. Created by 2 litres to a plain cloth. Now it's the same proportion. 2 litres to 1. I've got 40 litres. That would be 20 cloth. Can I put in less than 20? We'll turn into 14. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's seal that. Our dye is sealed, right. I can do less. It's a waste of alum, but that's okay. Right, let me put my alum in here. And in fact, I want to move this beautiful vessel away from here. It's very elegant here, but I think a chest would be better. Wow, storm. My goodness, look at that. The sun is coming up. Wow, how beautiful is that? I have spent all night fiddling around with dye and I'm fine with that. But I want to swap over to a chest for these materials, and I think what we'll do is this is my sort of unload everything into it chest. Right. Let's take you. Yeah. Because I don't make dye every day, but I do run past that chest every day. And if there's a choice of having the dye somewhere I don't visit every day, yeah, let's pop you in there. Do I have... okay, let's pop that and that in there. I am just astonished at how much stuff I've managed to get. What is that? Claystone, where have I picked that up from? Oh, it was the gash chest, wasn't it? Okay, that seems to have moved everything there. Right, let's take this beautiful pot. Right, Wow, I could, oh look, oh, a silvered pathway, look at that, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Here we go, let's make that look better. Yes, what rubbish have I got in here? That's not rubbish, that is work in progress. I've got all sorts of things. I'm just going to sort my inventory out, guys. I'll get back to you later. While I'm faffing around with cloth and dyes, I've just made some more cloth, but I decided that before I do all this, I want to mend my clothes. Oh, wow. Yeah, let's try and do that, and then let's see if we can do the rest with twine. It's cheaper. 100%, 100%, 100%. Now the other one to look at is the Squire hood, heavily worn. Right, let's put a linen in there. How are we doing? 88%, and then we'll move to twine. Good, 100%. You know, I don't have a scarf. Gloves are tattered too. Oh my word. What a state. 75. There we go. That's got all my clothes mended. The armour is okay for the time being. I'm in a reasonably good nick. Now I could wear, there's something else I don't have here. I think that must be a bracelet for the second wrist. I need a scarf. I think that must be a brooch because I've got a pendant. Okay. Well, at least I'm in better condition. Welcome back, guys. I have spent a couple of days exploring and looking for various things. I will go back in time and show you those days of exploration because they were fantastic. However, we are having some success here in that we've got 40 litres of grey dye, we've got 40 litres of purple dye, and in here I've got 14 mordanted cloth. Now remember, we're trying to make black dye, so let's have a quick look again under dye. Right, let's go to black dye. Now we need grey dye, 8 litres, plus more metal scraps. So we had to use metal scraps to make grey. Now we have to use metal scraps to make black. That is correct, I believe. Yeah, 2 litres of black dye with mordanted cloth, and this, we go back to the metal scraps. 8:1 again. I am definitely working on 8s in all this. Right. 8:1. 5 8s are 40, so I need another 5 metal scraps. It's a good job I was collecting all these. Let's just move that off my bar. Right, we're at night again. Here we go. Let's go and grab 5 more metal scraps. I am not going to trade these anymore. I was going to use these as trade items, but seeing as you can make dye out of them, 5. I think that's correct. Let's go and have another look at this. So if we come up here, I know it's a long way up and down, but it's not something I'm going to do every day. Here we go. Right, now, if I put, yes, we'll turn into 40 litres of black dye. Seal! We are on our way. Let's put our mordanted cloth in here. Now, can you hear this tip tap tip tap? Right, we are going to make some cassiterite. Crushed iron. Now, one of the things that you have to understand when you're making dye is that not that one. We have to crush the cassiterite. So we've got 64 here. Right, and it has to be crushed in a pulverizer. Now you know that I've got a pulverizer up here. What you don't know is that I actually took my pulverizer apart and put some more iron tips onto the pulverizer arms. Now I've got it automated. I've got a video on how to do this. This chute feeds into the bottom. This is the top. You have to use the chunks of cassiterite. Right, here we go. Now that's pounding the chunks. I started off trying to use the nuggets. That did not work at all. So I've had to go hunting for cassiterite. Here we are. Crushed cassiterite can be used as a mordant for dye making. Now let's check our recipes again. I bet it's going to be 8 to 1. Dye. So if we look at black dye, mordanted cloth, diluted alum, diluted cassiterite, it's 2 litres to 1 cloth. Right, and we know that if we, because we put less cloth than this would hold, we know that we don't lose the diluted mordant. So this is clanging through. 34. Let's have a quick look again. Dye, black dye, mordanted cloth, alum, cassiterite, 2 litres. No. Go back. Right. Go back again. Right, mordanted cloth, alum, no, cassiterite, 2 litres diluted cassiterite, 5 litres of water to 1 crushed cassiterite. So presumably 40 water to 8. Let's make it in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything works on 4s. 5 8s are 40, so it must be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 40 litres of diluted cassiterite ready to go. That's absolutely brilliant. I am going to have more of this than I know what to do with. Good, so we have made diluted alum using the alum that I had, which I'd bought from a trader. The cassiterite, I had actually mined it, but we'd used the ore, not the nuggets. Good to know. And we're waiting for this cloth to finalize so that we can get to our black dye. Welcome back again. It's time to make some black cloth. If you look here, we now have 40 litres of black dye. My goodness. So I want 3 black cloth seal. Now I ought to have the dye left over. Let's hope for the best on that. Yeah. 11 more to go, and we've got plenty of mordant left if we want more cloth. So how long will that take? Sealed for 8 hours. I'll be back to you tomorrow morning. Welcome to another beautiful day, and look what we have here. 3 cloth. We have managed to make dyed cloth. Now we know that with 3 dyed cloth we can make a hat. So let's hop in here. I've got a lot of drifters around at the moment. Let me just look up the recipe for hat. This is one of our new hats. Right, so I've got a sewing kit in here. The sewing kit in there. Take our 3 cloth and we have a hat. Excellent. Right. Let me take my armour off. Let me take my top hat off. I look frosted. Oh, it's this. There we go. Let's just make myself look normal, apart from the fact we are going to put a black hat on. Right. How do I look? Oh wow. Baron Samedi come to life. Wow, look at that. Fantastic. Look at the hat. It's a real stovepipe hat. Fabulous. Wow. Look at that. Brilliant. That is fantastic. I'm loving it. Right. It's just, there we go. Ha! So, we have worked out how to make dye, how to make mordants, and we've made a black hat. Perfect. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, leave a like. Consider subscribing to me. Bye bye.